I know it sounds crazy, right? What is the relation between telling stories and cracking an interview? As recruiters, we understand that students tend to get nervous when asked big questions. For example, tell us an example where you demonstrated leadership at your college, or tell me what is your greatest strength, greatest weakness. These are very intimidating questions, right? But there's a very simple way in which you could crack such a question very easily and form the right impression with your recruiter. So today, what we are going to discuss is how to design or demonstrate compelling stories in your interview in order to gain a good footing with your interviewer, right? So let us start with the first point. But before we actually come to the first point, let us discuss a few important aspects. I know it sounds crazy, right? What is the relation between telling stories and cracking an interview? But the thing, understand that companies want to hire human beings and not robots. So your interviewer has to see a raw human side of yours so that they immediately feel that they can connect to you on a human basis, and that is why they tend to ask you these kind of personal questions. These questions are actually beneficial, for your interview. This gives you the chance to actually rise beyond your CV and let your personality shine through. So now let us discuss the few points which will actually help you in cracking such a seemingly difficult question, right? So let us now come to the first point. So take for instance, your recruiter asks you, tell me about a time when you showed leadership abilities in your college, right? That's your question. So the first step to acing this question will be describe the situation to them clearly. Don't ramble. Start off with the situation. For example, you could say, I was appointed as the leader of the robotics club at my college, right? So here's the situation. Now the members of the club were confused as to how to gather funds to go on with the club activities. So as the leader, I was supposed to sort out their problems and make everything work. That's it. In clearly crisp 2 lines, you have explained the situation to your recruiter. What next? Let's proceed to point number 2. Action. In point number 2, you will describe what your action is. In action, you will specifically demonstrate what you had done to, solve that situation. So here you might say things like, so what I planned to do is I called a meeting of all the club members, and in the meeting, I actually told them not to focus on the problems but to let all of us think of a solution. And we took our whiteboard, we jotted down all the points in it, and within this meeting, I actually influenced them to find out some important points in which we could actually gather the funding, right? So this shows the interviewer that you had actually taken some action in order to solve a certain problem and that you had demonstrated your leadership ability. Now, in the third step of the answer, tell your recruiter what was the result of your action. So you could say that the result of my action was that all the members of the club were very enthusiastic. They returned to a positive state of mind and they were ready to implement all the ideas that we had jotted down. And sir, within the course of 2 weeks, we had actually managed to gather the funds which would be required to continue with the club activities. And as a result, the head TPO or whoever was in your college was so impressed with these results that they actually formed the club as a permanent part of our college. So see, what you have done is you have gained a permanent impression in the mind of your recruiter. First point. Second point, your recruiter already knows that you are a doer. You take positive action to define your roles and to solve any sort of problem, right? And the third thing is that you have aptly given them the answer to the question, that is, demonstrate your leadership skills. So this is the thing. you have to remember these 3 steps. First step, describe the situation. Second step, tell them about your action. And third step is show them the results. And finally, one small piece of advice is, while answering this, try not to ramble, be precise, be clear and to the point, and remember one final thing. You are a unique human being. Your answer is unique, your life situations are unique, and nobody can take that away from you, right? So be unique, be yourself, give a nice answer, and I'm sure that will actually help you in cracking this interview. So I really hope that our videos are helping you in cracking the interviews, answering those seemingly difficult questions. And if you feel that there are any more questions which you would like us to answer for you to help you out, just put that below in the comment section and we'll have new videos ready for you. Till then, take care, goodbye, and we'll see you again.